I'm Joe. Wait, I'm Joe. This is my brother Mike. We're from buildassetsonline.com, and today we're going to talk about high ticket dropshipping versus low ticket dropshipping. And we're going to talk about various aspects of each of them and how they compare, and obviously what we prefer to do and what you should do, especially if you're a beginner to online business. So the first thing I want to talk about, Mike, is margins. This should be an obvious answer, but let's dive a little deep into what are the margin differences between high ticket and low ticket dropshipping.
Yeah. So most of the time when people are selling low ticket items, they're buying them off of, like AliExpress or any other big overseas website where essentially you get the cost of the product and then it's up to you to mark it up and brand it and do, that whole process. So when it comes down to margins, most of the time, I think at the high end of the spectrum, people are going to mark something up. Say they're going to make 80%, and that's I'm just going to give that as a high number, right?
Yeah.
So if you're selling a product that's $30, which is again in the higher range of what people sell low ticket products for, 30 times 0.8 is what, $24. So even in a situation where you have great margin and a decent cost product for low ticket, you're going to make $24 versus high ticket, where we essentially go out and we find US suppliers, people who are already, not people, but manufacturers, brands that already have a presence in the US. We become dealers for them, and we, like our price point to be at least 500 or more. So in a worst case scenario, absolute worst case, the margin is going to be 10%. So at that, if you're selling a $500 product for 10% margin, that's $50 versus the best case scenario, which is a $30 product at 80% margin, which is $24. So typically for us, we sell products that are $500 up to $10,000 and even, sometimes beyond that. And realistically, margins are going to be anywhere between 20 and 50%. So some of our products that are $10,000, we literally get 50% margin on them. And so, even after shipping, you're making several $1,000s per sale. And that alone, the fact that you can sell a product like that, it doesn't even compare, because the amount of effort that it takes to sell a $30 product versus a $10,000 product, it's not as much as you would think, especially a $30 product versus a $1,000 product. I consider them to be literally the same. We've had,
I would say a $30 product might be even harder if you're, trying to use Facebook ads, because how much time are you going to spend setting up all the campaigns, all the ad sets, doing the audience research. That one doesn't work. You got to kill that one, restart that one, make some new ad copy, make a new video. It's insane. Like, that's way too much effort to make $24. Like, I'll just go work at the 7-Eleven.
You can do Facebook ads for a high ticket product. We don't do them, but if we're comparing apples to apples, at least if for the $1,000 product, you can screw up and still possibly make one sale and then not have it be a total disaster. Whereas if you're selling a $30 product, you have such a small piece of wiggle room to actually generate something decent. And if you fail on Facebook, you're not getting any sales. And so you're now $1,000, $2,000 in the hole, and for you to recover that, you're going to have to somehow start making these $30 sales so much that you can eclipse that. Whereas if you lose $1,000 on advertising, selling a $1,000 product, and it's $300 profit, all you have to do is make 3 sales. And you're back at square one.
Exactly.
So, it's just a huge difference, and it makes everything so much easier. We use Google Ads for our high ticket products just because it adds an even more powerful compounding effect, because you're finding people that are looking already for these expensive products. You're getting in front of them, and then that way the margin you're getting is is very good, and you're going to make consistent sales. And
So, I mean, when people are selling low ticket products, I mean, let's actually, take a step back from kind of the hype that's around on the internet with like AliExpress and drop shipping, because that's really like beginner type stuff. I mean, it's just people selling a cute tactic, to either make a quick buck or like lose a ton of money. But let's take a step back from that for a second, and let's talk about selling low ticket products in general and why people sell low ticket products. And I'll tell you guys right off the bat, and Mike will get into further detail. Big companies and advanced marketers sell low ticket products not because they want to make money from those low ticket products. They sell those low ticket products to get you into their back end. It's kind of like the, would you like fries with that? No, not really. Why don't you give them the knowledge, Mike? They want you on their back end so they can, increase the money they make off you down the line, not from that low ticket sale.
Yeah, so I mean, to give an example that we used in a previous video, if you're selling dog collars and you think that you can go out and you can make profit selling dog collars to people, you're wrong. If you're selling dog collars, your business is not, you're not a dog collar company. You're someone trying to get a huge list of buyers that are dog owners. That's your core business model. And if you've been led to believe anything else, or you've taken courses and that's not what they're expressing to you, then you need to go somewhere else. Because the amount of profit that you're going to be able to make off of a dog collar, no one makes money like that. The real people that are selling you the $500 course, that's how they're making money off these high-end expensive things. So if they can bring in someone and get them to buy a dog collar and say they lose $1, they can generate a list of 1,000 dog owners that buy stuff for $1,000. And I mean, that's a decent trade-off. And all you have to do is sell them something else. You can keep marketing to them for free after that. But the point we're making is it's not a real business model to try to sell someone a low ticket item. Yeah, it doesn't work as a direct business model.
Another thing I think we should touch on is that the people that are really dominating in the low ticket space, I want to touch on Ezra Firestone and his business. Was it Boom by Sydney? Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
Boom by Sydney Joseph. That's not super low ticket. I mean, it's a bunch of like women's beauty products for older women.
I think their average order values are like in the 60s or 70s.
Yeah,
maybe.
I mean I would say that's low ticket.
It's decent.
It's decent. It's still low for my taste. But you have to understand is that if they were just selling people one product, once they're selling them they're not selling them one dog collar. They're selling them maybe like a face cream or something, and then the idea is they're in their back end, not only, and then they're going to sell them other products, but they're also placing repeat orders. Yeah. So these are like replenishable
It's like the
items.
it's the most ideal situation because people need to keep buying more of it. There's other products that you can sell as an accessory, as an upsell. And but people don't understand that he's literally gone ahead. Like every single female above like 55 in the US has probably seen his ads. People are now willing to operate at that scale and acquire, literally get the emails of all the women over 55 in the United States. So that comes with a lot of capital. It comes with a very, very deep knowledge. And I don't think most people are prepared for that. And they just want to make, you just want to make $1,000.
Extremely long-term vision and a long-term plan to be able to.
And they're warehousing their own products as well.
Yeah, they're not drop shipping it from AliExpress. So, I mean, I don't want you to get us wrong and say like low ticket's bad, high ticket good. It's more like there's a place for low ticket, and most people that are talking about making money online selling low ticket are not doing it correctly, or not executing it in the way that you should. Yeah. So we've kind of touched on the margins and how. Well, let's talk about the back end you need for a high ticket business. Do you really need a sophisticated back end if you're selling someone a $2,000 product?
I mean, you don't need one at all. We literally have stores that we have not emailed our list.
Yeah.
We have never emailed our list after getting them in the initial in the initial door, maybe they sign up and we send them a few emails.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we maybe sent like, I can count it on one hand, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, we should send them more emails. It's just that, we can go find another high ticket product to sell versus sending them an email.
Yeah, it comes down to the tasks that are gonna give you the most return on your investment, and you can certainly do it. You can set up a nice, back end for a high ticket business, and I mean, you can make that work, and we make money off emails. There's a store that we do emails more.
Yeah.
And it's a bigger store, and it certainly works. But you don't need to have that knowledge. It's so much simpler to sell a high ticket product when you're starting out, and you want to just make that first couple $100, that first $1,000. And because the idea is, it's simple. There's nothing else to really wrap your head around. Someone comes into the store, they buy your product, and you can make
that first sale,
good money.
That first sale, you're making
That's
money.
all you need.
You don't have to worry about getting them into like a sophisticated thing where they're replenishing goods and all that. So let's talk about the barrier to entry. I mean, the low ticket barrier to entry, if you're doing the AliExpress stuff and you're, I would say there are barriers to entry, but there's no barrier to entry to get your product up there and make a sale. But with high ticket, there is a little bit, because you need to have a legitimate business if you want to work with a decent supplier. So
it's as we were saying, the barrier to entry for more low ticket AliExpress items is having that advanced knowledge of internet marketing, because anyone can go and they can find the product on AliExpress to sell. And so the difference is, are you a newbie trying to sell this product, or are you someone who's been doing this for years? You could literally take this product and you're just using it to build up the actual core of your business, which is what we talked about.
Yeah.
Is that, you're building an actual customer base.
Yeah.
So, and the issue is that there's no other way to develop that knowledge other than spending thousands of dollars and, just doing this for years and sort of,
I would question as to whether using AliExpress as a front end low ticket offer is a good way to build a business, because I feel like if someone's waiting 4 to 6 weeks for their item that they ordered, they might not be that happy with that. And they, if you do have it's not a good, foundation to start off the customer relationship with.
That's true as well.
I mean, I don't know if they're going to be eager to order from you again, when they could just find the same generic stuff on Amazon and get it in 2 days just from doing a little searching. Probably get it for cheaper as well. But
there's no way to offer a great experience using AliExpress when Amazon exists, because anything you can get off of someone's AliExpress store, you can just buy it on Amazon and get it in 2 days. And
I tried to actually buy my wife I remember you got your girlfriend that mermaid blanket from Amazon. I was, I was kind of, this was a few years ago. I think I was a little more cheap back then. And my wife was like, I want a mermaid blanket. So I was like, I'm not going to spend the $22 on Amazon, but I'm going to get it on AliExpress for $3. And there was like a shipping problem and whatever. It took like 4 months to get this mermaid blanket. It didn't come in time for the occasion I was buying it for.
Yeah.
So,
and if that happened, like if you actually had a mermaid blanket store or something else, and a product took 4 months, you're either gonna have to refund them, or you're getting a chargeback, or someone's gonna be very unhappy with you, not just your significant other. So when going back to barrier of entry for high ticket stuff, really the barrier of entry comes down to having a more basic skill set of how to find good suppliers, how to run some basic Google ads that target the customers when they're looking for specific things. And, just learning how to build a good website. And I mean, the rest really takes care of itself, because, people are gonna engage with your, they're gonna engage with your store, and you're gonna have to essentially, like I've learned so many sales skills just from having this, just managing dropshipping websites, that it's benefited my life, I think, in a big way. And you sort of learn the basics of marketing that way, versus, having to waste $1,000 and read books and, just do different things. But so you can learn everything while making a profit, because while not everyone is going to be calling your store and doing that type of stuff, you'll still be making money from people who just buy.
I remember the first dropshipping store we ever made. We mentioned this a few times. We set it up in less than 2 weeks, and I remember, it was 2 days after we set it up, we heard the cha-ching, the Shopify cha-ching on the phone. It was a sale for like $550, and we didn't do anything. Like we barely knew how to set up a website at that point, and we just made what was the margin? Maybe we made like, I don't remember the margin on it, but
I think it was like maybe like $100. Maybe
we just made $100 not knowing how to make a website. Someone just bought something.
Website wasn't that great.
Yeah.
We didn't know anything about anything.
Yeah.
We got a supplier. We listed it. We did that.
For some context, we didn't even know what the word conversion rate meant, really, up until that. That was when we were first getting started, and we're already making sales.
Yeah, our knowledge of Google Ads was trash. Our knowledge of building a website that has like specific things on the website meant to drive a conversion, not there.
We have no idea. The way we convert people now is so much better than what we were doing before.
Yeah, but you could literally make sales on the merit of just having that supplier, and then just by the nature of knowing how to just start Google Ads.
Yeah.
In any sort of decent way, people will come and they'll find your product, and some of them will buy, and that's really the reality of it. And once you have that base to go off of, that you're not gonna fail by losing $1,000. You may consider it a failure if you only made $10, right?
Yeah. So let's talk about, we've kind of alluded to this, but let's talk a little bit about the low ticket versus high ticket. What's the result of failure? If you set up a low ticket site, what happens if you fail versus a high ticket site?
Well, if you're running traffic with Facebook ads, there's a good chance, and we've definitely been in a situation where you get everything set up and you are all ready to go, and you pick out the audiences and you run these ads, and nothing happens. And you can't tell what's going on with Facebook. All you know is that you're spending $5 a day, $10 a day, and no one is coming, and no one's converting on your product. So the result of failure that way is you literally have no sales. You've learned nothing, and now you're just completely in the hole, because the amount of like we were talking about before, the amount of sales you need to make off a low ticket item to get your money back, it's not worth it. You're just going to give up.
Yeah. And
then for high ticket, the result of failure is literally nothing, because if you even just do the ads, in our course, we break down exactly how we do things to make everything super targeted. Even if you only get like 20% of that right, you can still at least break even.
Yeah, I think the thing is, because it takes such a low number of sales to recover, to make a big margin, with the low tickets. So say you have 100 people come to your high ticket dropshipping store and no one buys, and you think like, why did no one buy? You go in, maybe make some adjustments to your website, maybe you tweak the colors a little bit, add a few different things to maybe make it more enticing for people. Maybe add like a coupon code, a free, something that's gonna make them want to buy more. And you make those tweaks, another 100 people come, and you get one sale. You've made your money back. With a low ticket store, you could do the same thing, but say you get that one sale, you make those tweaks with those next 100 people, you didn't recoup any of your money.
Yeah, and it's also with low ticket stuff, you don't really know what you did wrong. There's no way to actually plug the holes, because is the hole coming from you not knowing Facebook ads enough? Is the hole coming from people don't like your website? Do people not like your product? Do people not like your price point? With high ticket, everything,
way too many variables.
Everything is set in stone. With the products that we like to get, there is a minimum advertised pricing that people can sell at. So you know you're selling at a good price. at least if you follow our course, what we'd like to have on our websites. But you don't even need that stuff necessarily.
Yeah.
And if you're running Google ads, you can see what people are searching for. So if no one's converting, and you look at your search terms, and it's all things that are unrelated. Okay, you know what you did wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Exclude those terms and start over.
Yeah.
But even in a worst case scenario where you totally just want to quit on that website that you're doing, we talked about this in a different video with high ticket stuff. The way that we do things, you could just start a new website and completely pivot onto a different product type or onto a different website niche, and there's really no way to fail if you just keep going.
So let's kind of wrap up this video and talk about the final topic. Let's talk about selling your low ticket versus high ticket business. Can you even sell a low ticket AliExpress based business?
An AliExpress based business, maybe not. I'm not sure. I don't really.
I've seen, I see a bunch of,
people sell like accessorial items, for sure. Like on like Empire Flippers and.
What do you mean accessorial items?
Like people are selling websites.
Oh,
that the main part of their business is low ticket items.
Yeah.
So you could do it, but again, I'm not sure where they're getting these products from. If they're importing them, if there's an FBA component.
Yeah, usually I think they have inventory of them. But I have seen on Flippa, which is kind of like a lower tier website marketplace, people do try and sell AliExpress websites. They don't really sell for that much. I mean, maybe a couple $1,000 at best. And the reason is because, say you have a stellar AliExpress website, everything you did with the Facebook ads are on point. You're making tons of sales. That's hard to pass on to the buyer. Like you can't give over your whole sophisticated ad strategy and campaign, like Facebook campaign, to a buyer because it's not evergreen. They need to be testing and restarting. It's tough. Whereas with a high ticket store, that's powered by Google ads and maybe even SEO and some other things, it's everything's in. The traffic's going to keep coming. You don't really have to tweak the campaigns much.
The traffic is a lot more evergreen, and again with Facebook ads, every ad dies out eventually. And if the buyer doesn't know what they're doing, then they're essentially screwed. Like the whole business is going to die. You can leave Google ads running for.
We've had the same campaigns running for, how long?
Like you can go and tweak the bids, but if you're going to pass it on to a buyer, they already have that set up. So it's just a matter of reading the data, adjusting one number. And it's not like going out, getting new ad copy, getting new images, finding new audiences. That's totally, that totally makes your website just built on quicksand. So I don't think people find much value in AliExpress businesses, so I don't think you can get much selling them.
All right, so that about wraps up this video. If you guys have any questions, be sure to leave them in the comments below, and we'll do our best to answer them, and anything that relates to high ticket versus low ticket dropshipping. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit the like button if you liked what you saw today, and we'll see you in the next one.
Thanks for watching. If you want to learn the real secrets of how to build wealth online, just like the professionals behind the scenes do it, we've created a free video series called the Online Assets Playbook. Inside, you'll see the actual business models and methods that we use to go from $0 to $1 million plus in online assets. So there's very, very few people online who are even talking about this stuff, let alone people who are actually doing this every single day. So
if you want to grab that free course, head on over to buildassetsonline.com/playbook, and there it's just a click or two away to sign up, and we hope to see you on the inside.